Hello guys, welcome back to your Opportunity Hub. On this platform we talk about opportunities in education, scholarships and personal growth, and today I would like to talk about Erasmus Mundus programs. I know that I come here and I talk about Erasmus Mundus programs in general, the program as a whole, and I always highlight how big the catalog of the Erasmus Mundus program is. It covers those who are doing commercials, those who are doing arts-based programs, those who are doing sciences, and those who are doing engineering. It's a really big portfolio, and I always highlight this in my videos that, you know what, Erasmus is huge. You have to go on the website to look for the typical program that you want and dig deep into what they want. And I remember a few weeks ago I made a video talking about how most of the Erasmus Mundus programs are now open, and I know that some of you might have went on the website, looked for the programs that you wanted, but today I'm going to focus on one of the programs that is part of the Erasmus Mundus catalog. This is to narrow down and to help people see that there are quite a lot of programs. I have been in Erasmus Mundus program from a science-based perspective. I did European Animal Breeding and Genetics, European Masters in Animal Breeding and Genetics. I come here and talk about, Masters in Plant Health. I come here and talk about vaccinology. Of course, I'm a bit biased when it comes to the science-based stuff, but today I'm going to talk about public policy. So there is a program which is part of the Erasmus Mundus catalog, which is a public policy program. So if you want to know or to study about public policy in Europe, or travel between different countries and ensure that you learn from world-class university, and also join like a global community, because I always tell you that most of these programs, because of how they are rooted in different countries, they have like a well-established global community. So if you're someone who is into public policy, this program is for you. So today I'm going to be talking about the Erasmus Mundus Masters in Public Policy, which I'll be referring to MAPP or MAPP in the video. So this is a program that is well known, and I hope that I am putting myself in good books with the people who do arts-based programs or who do social sciences, because I'm trying to source out things and balance out the sciences, the arts and the business part. So let's talk about the Mundus MAPP program, because this could be your gateway to study abroad or to relocate abroad. So today I will explain everything, what the program is, how it works, the admission requirements, the deadlines, and most importantly the scholarship opportunities that are within this Erasmus Mundus MAPP program. So the scholarship is worth around 33,000 euros, and tuition fee is not that expensive. That means that they cover your living costs. So let us get into the program and stick around so that we talk about the practical tips that makes your application stronger. So the first thing that I want to talk about is, what is the Mundus MAPP? And I want to talk about this because some of the people don't understand what it means by joint masters and stuff. So a Mundus MAPP is a 2-year Erasmus Mundus Joint Masters program in public policy funded by the European Union. So it is designed for students who want to build international careers in governance, in political economy, in development and policy research. So for those people who have done developmental studies, who have done political governance back home, who really want to advance their careers, they can look into this program, and it could be a gateway to the career advancement that you want. So the first thing that I want you to note is that the program is run by 4 top European universities. So there's Central European University in Vienna, Austria, and then there's International Institute of Social Studies in The Hague, that is Netherlands, and then there is Institution of Barcelona. There's 2Ds International, which is in Barcelona, Spain, and lastly there is University of York in the United Kingdom. So these are the 4 universities that govern the Mundus MAPP program. So since this program has been there since 2007, and they have over 400 graduates from 8+ countries that have completed the program, and most of them, just reading from the statistics, they have found a job within 6 months. Many of them have worked in the UN, the EU institutions, the World Bank, governance, and global NGOs. So I think this is a program for you. So why is the Mundus MAPP program unique? What makes this program special? So what makes this program special is that you can study in 4 different institutions. You can study in at least 2 countries. So with the mobility, you can actually experience a different academic tradition and policy environments, which gives you vast knowledge. For someone who is venturing into an international career, this is very important because you learn different policy environments. And then you graduate with multiple degrees recognized across Europe and beyond. I was a Erasmus Mundus student, and we got double degrees from the track that I was following. And then they actually have a global cohort. So students come from every continent, America, Africa, Asia, creating a very diverse professional network. And also that after you're done with the program, you have a lot of career outcomes that you can venture into. And most of the alumni from the program, they are working in the international organizations, they are doing public administration, some of them ventured into research, some of them are working for NGOs worldwide. So if you have done something like this, this could be your program of choice. So Mundus MAPP is 120 ECTS credits spread over 2 years. You can choose one of the 4 mobility tracks. So now I want to talk about the mobility tracks because it is very important. So there's global public policy, which is in Barcelona and Vienna. And then there's European public policy, which is in Vienna and UK. And then there's political economy and development, which is Netherlands and Barcelona. And then there's governance and development, which is Netherlands and UK. So depending on what you want to venture in, then it determines the kind of track that you're going to choose. Please note that this is the general structure of every Erasmus program. They have different tracks, so when you get the scholarship, make sure that you highlight some of your top 2 tracks that you would like to do. But the good thing about it is that most of they look at your CV, they look at the things that you have already done, and then they try by all means to ensure that they fit you into a program that they think this is best for you. But always highlight your first 2 choices so that if you don't get into the first one, you can get into the second one. So the program includes a study visit in year 1, a winter school in year 2. So Erasmus Mundus programs are hectic, because you have to finish by 2 years. You don't have time to breathe. When you finish your classes, either there's summer school or there's winter school or there's an internship that you have to do. So basically, when you venture into a program like this, please know that it is hectic. You have to prepare yourself mentally. And then there are opportunities for internships and applied policy research. I mentioned this. Some of the university prefer you to do an internship with international organizations that they are in contact with, and some of them you can actually do some winter school. So now, how do you apply? To apply, you need a bachelor's degree of at least 3 years, preference for social sciences, but other fields are accepted. And then you have to have a strong academic record, usually upper second class or 3.2 GPA on a 4.0 scale. And then English proficiency is a must. They write that you can be exempted, but trust me, with how these scholarships are becoming very, very competitive each day, I would encourage you to do the English test. It is very important. And I also want you to know that beyond the grades, the committee looks at your clear motivation to work in public policy and governance, the evidence you can succeed in an international multi-campus program. So when writing your motivation letters, please try and be, showing how resilient you are. This is very important. Now let's get into the details of funding, which is what most applicants care about. So the Mundus MAPP offers to pay your tuition fees. So for each study track, you can also have, additionally to what they give you, you can also have access to external scholarships from Vienna, from Netherlands, and also from Barcelona. So what it means is that you still get the lump sum that they give you for tuition and living expenses, right? But you are also eligible to apply for other scholarships that come with the program. However, you get 1,400 euros per month for 24 months, which is a total of 33,600. So with this, it gives you your monthly living allowance for rent, your food, your daily expenses. They also support you for travel, visas, and installation costs. That means when you come for the first time, they make sure that you are covered in terms of the settling fee, because when you come, you have to look for accommodation. You need to come for accommodation. Then there's also need for deposits, and you know how it is to settle in a new country. So this is very important that they give you this. And then you don't pay tuition, they waiver it. So it's only for living costs. And then I would like to put it out there that students with disabilities may receive an extra financial support depending on their needs. And then also the consortium gives you a health insurance for the full duration of your studies, plus 2 weeks before and 2 months after you finish your studies. So I would like to point out that Erasmus Mundus is one of the best scholarships that Europe has ever produced. It really caters for its students, but you need to be able to know that you need to abide to certain rules. You cannot hold another EU-funded scholarship at the same time. That means that some of the extras that they say you can apply, they are exempted from that list. And then if you have already been an EMJ scholarship before, you cannot apply again. In this case, if I wanted to go into policy, I'm joking, then I would not be eligible. So that means that if you have been on scholarship before, you cannot apply again. And then there's the institutional scholarship. So each mobility track also offers one institutional scholarship. These are the extra scholarships I was talking about. So it takes a 50% tuition waiver at both year 1 and year 2. So with this extra scholarship, you do not get a stipend for living costs, which I believe you'll be getting from the 1,400 that they pay you for 2 years. So one thing that I want to note is that some of the costs are not covered. So in your visit year 1, you might have to budget 600 to 1,000 euros depending on your destination. And then for winter school, 600 to 1,000 euros, which I think you'll be able to manage to save considering the monthly stipend that they give you. So with that, I want to let you know that when you come or when you apply and get this program, plan ahead for these extra expenses. Many students cover them using their personal savings or smaller external grants, which you'll be eligible to apply. So I would like to put it out there that when you apply, please read through everything, because the Erasmus Mundus is a big program, and because of that, there are different nitty-gritties that are different from program to program. So you can check out the different study programs on the link that I've given in the description and see what other scholarships you can apply depending on the track that you have chosen or the track that you would have gotten, which will help you to reduce the costs and all of that stuff. So one important thing that I want to talk about, the Mundus MAPP has 3 deadlines, and deadlines are very important. That's the last thing I'm going to talk about. They are open now. They will be closing on December 10th, 2025. This is for scholarship applicants and for early self-funded applicants, because some people might apply and say, okay, I want to be a self-funded student for this program. And then for April 15, non-EU or self-funded applicants. And then July 1, 2026 is the deadline for self-funded applicants. So if you want to be considered for this institutional scholarship or for this whole scholarship, you must apply by December 10. So basically I said other dates, but 10 December is the deadline. So we always talk about how academic merit is important, and I want you to note that it doesn't change depending on the program. So one last thing that I'm going to browse through is how to apply. So they have an online portal and the steps are very simple. Please check out the website. I also put in the description. Choose your mobility track, and then after you've done that, you upload all the required documents, the transcript, the diploma, the CV, the motivation letter, the recommendation letter, and also the English test results. And then after that, you submit before the deadline. That applies to you. So I will also put the deadlines in the comments. You can always refer to it. But yeah, the good news is that the Mundus MAPP applicants don't have to pay for the application fee unless you apply for other programs. And I think basically that is all about the scholarship, and I hope that it helps one of you guys to study for this Erasmus Mundus MAPP program, which is more than a master's. It's a transformative experience. And as I have said, you get to move between countries, you get to gain the knowledge and network to launch a career in public policy. So if you want to apply, please check the official links in the description for admissions, for scholarships, and also for deadlines. And please make sure that you don't miss the December 10 deadline if you want to be considered for the full funding. So thank you guys for watching. If you like this video, please hit the like, subscribe, share it with other people whom you think might benefit. So thank you guys for watching. Good luck with your application. Bye.